Did NIL and the transfer portal kill March Madness? This is the first time the Sweet 16 has been composed entirely of major conference teams since 1975 when the Sweet 16 officially began. I think the interesting trend, though, is that while parity is low in college basketball and March Madness, I really think it's starting to increase in college football because of the same reasons. If you go look at the college basketball transfer portal, most of the top guys are guys from power conference teams leaving to go play for a bigger brand, a chance to shine, and it's because these bigger brands can afford to pay the 2 or 3 guys from the portal that are the best guys in these mid-major teams and get them on their team. But in college football, something interesting happens. The elite programs like Georgia, Ohio State, and Alabama, who traditionally could just stack talent and keep it stockpiled and have insane depth, they can't do that anymore because they can't afford to pay their second and third string guys starter type money. And so these second tier and third tier programs are coming in and poaching some of those depth pieces, and they're performing really well for these teams. Zeed Haynes was great for Syracuse this last season. Xavier Sori Jr. goes to Arkansas. There are big moves being made, and these elite teams that dominated for a decade in the early college football playoff, they're not doing it like they used to. For these big programs, losing a freshman corner here, a second string guy here, a linebacker there can really add up over time, and it can lead to these teams being more inconsistent. You just look at what happened this last season. Ohio State was wildly inconsistent at times. Alabama looked like a complete shell of themselves. Georgia had some games where they completely flopped. They almost lost to Kentucky this last season. That's something that it felt like didn't really happen very often before the NIL and transfer portal era. So on one hand, yes, March Madness is being made a worse product because these smaller teams can't afford to keep up and these bigger teams can gobble up the star players they want. But in college football, the big programs are losing their depth pieces, and instead of having like 2 to 4 teams that can win the national title in a given season, it feels like we're closer to like 8 or 10, and it's really added to the overall parity at the top of college football. But let me know down in the comments, is this something that you've noticed?